Mic sync, mic sync, mic sync, mic sync, mic sync, my sync. Hello.
Hi.
For subscribers to the channel who have been here for a while, obviously I would like to address one new thing. That is the room. Obviously it's a very new place for me and for you as well, I suppose. Looks like I'm ready to give a YouTuber apology already. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. Guys, let me tell you something. You know those people who work underground in tunnels, who extract ores or any sort of like precious stones, miners? I've been having some real problems with miners recently. It's been real tough. They've been hitting me and they've been coming after me with, you know, their fucking helmets and flashlights, dude. It's the worst. I hate it. No, but for real, new place, it's solid. It's great. It's fantastic. It's good. On to the video. Zenless Zone Zero. This is the only game that I've played, or this is the only Hoyoverse game that I've played. Not, imagine this being the only game I've ever played, period. Guys, this is my first experience with video games. It's freaking scary. There's a lot of anime mommies out there. No, but this is the first, maybe only, but that depends, because Genshin Impact just came out on Xbox, and I prefer to play games on my Xbox, and we'll see. Maybe I might convert my religion into Genshinity. There are some aspects about Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail that I don't like. In particular, I think it's just, it feels like a big commitment to get into those two games. Zenless Zone Zero, on the other hand, for me, it's been such a commitment-less experience. And Zenless Zone Zero gives me that ability to just be like, dude, I can just pick this game up and put it back down. It's lovely. I love it. But I mean, that's one aspect of Zenless Zone Zero that I like. Genshin and Honkai have established themselves already pretty solidly. To have so much content that the player doesn't really know where to begin, it's an interesting problem to have for developers, because it's just like, dude, you don't know what to fucking do in our game? Literally walk and you will find something. That sounds like something Jesus said in the Bible. Genesis chapter 1 verse 3. Walk, and you shall find something. Ah yes, thank you Jesus, very cool. Shout out Jesus Christ, my favorite superhero of all time. Shout out the Bible. My favorite manga is the Bible. I'm waiting for the anime. I heard it's gonna rival One Piece. It's gonna be something in the ballpark of like 4,000 episodes or whatever. And the difference is that in the Bible, they're not searching for the One Piece. They're searching for Judas, because that guy sucks. Anyway, the breadth of content in Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, it's a lot. And I have a bit of like a neurotic brain, and it's just like, oh dude, I gotta do this, I gotta do that next, and then after that I gotta do this, oh, and then after I do that thing I gotta go to the fucking castle over there, and then I gotta go like raid the fucking dungeon over there. It's a lot to think about, and like when my brain is doing all those different sort of like fucking weird calculations that it's doing in its own space, I begin to enjoy the game less. That's where Zenless Zone Zero comes in, and it's a bit different in the sense that everything is very accessible to the player. Like if you want to get to a place, it's literally 2 taps on your screen on your phone if you're playing on mobile, or maybe two button presses if you're playing on console, if you're playing on controller, maybe 2 key press playing on keyboard, and maybe 2 let me get this joke out there. Okay. And maybe 2 mind clicks away if you're playing on Neuralink. Shout out Elon Musk. Genshin Impact on Neuralink when? Zenless Zone on Neuralink when, dude? That'd be interesting to see. It's a very accessible game, and that accessibility paired with just being able to play it on my phone, it provides an experience that's just very easy to go through, and it doesn't feel daunting. Like if I have to get to somewhere and my neurotic brain is like, oh, I gotta do this thing next, I can just do 2 taps on my phone screen and I'm already there. It's easy to satisfy kind of like how my brain works, and it's cool. So to begin, I just want to get the stuff that I don't like about the game out of the way, and then we'll go straight into the stuff that I do like about the game, because the list of things that I don't like is considerably smaller than the things that I do like. So in totality, Zenless Zone Zero has been quite the positive experience for me. To begin, there are some weird performance issues with the game on PC that I don't particularly enjoy. Obviously, no one's gonna like performance issues. No one's gonna play their game and be like, dude, you know what I really like about this game? Is that it plays at fucking 19 FPS. No one's gonna say that shit. Who the fuck is gonna say that? Some like weird, I don't know, some guy with like half an eye. Not to call out all the people with half an eye, but Anyway, yeah, there's just some weird performance issues. I find it weird that my mobile experience has been better than my experience on PC, just because like it's a whole rig dedicated to like opening and executing applications. And here I am with a mobile device that's considerably less powerful than my PC, and it's just like, why is my phone stuttering less than my PC? I have to put all my settings on low, 720p, and the rendering scale is below native resolution. So if I'm playing at 720p, the rendering scale is at 0.8, so it's at 80% of 720p. That's so fucking low. Are you shitting me? That's so... I'm staring at like one big square on the screen that changes color every few seconds. No, obviously it doesn't look like that, but you get the point. It's a weird performance issue that I feel like should not happen, but it does. The next thing that I kind of want to talk about is the dialogue. So, to preface, I actually think Zenless Zone Zero has some pretty good story beats. Like, there are... The different factions have different story beats to them, and I appreciate them. The Belobog Industries story beat was good. I like that one. And I'm still playing through the PubSec story beat, or like story arc, and I think I'm close to getting it done, and it's been pretty good. My main issue with the story is the dialogue. Obviously, the dialogue provides a lot of the exposition, which is fine. My main issue is the bloat. The dialogue bloat in Zenless Zone Zero is terrible. There's so much dialogue in between the story beats, and it's to the point where it doesn't really matter if the story beats are good, because the bloated dialogue will kind of really mute my enjoyment of the story beats. And that becomes an issue because it's like, well, I know the game's got a good story here, but I just wish that they would tone down the dialogue so that I can just be like, hey, good story, period. But no, it's good story, but there's like so much yapping in between. Now, again, some people are okay with that, fine. I'm not. I'm just like, I just can't. If it's too much dialogue for me, I can't be bothered. Another thing that I don't like about Zenless Zone Zero, I know I said earlier that Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail have this like really wide breadth of content for the player to swallow and ultimately digest and shit out. I think Zenless Zone Zero goes too far in the other direction in the vein of exploration. I think Zenless Zone Zero's exploration is very restricted. So much so, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of getting into zones in the first place. Like, it might as well just be... Oh, but again, that's the name of the fucking game, isn't it? Well, proved myself wrong there. Well, not that I proved myself wrong. I just gave myself the answer as to why it's even called Zenless Zone Zero in the first place. The way they do exploration is a little bit different than other games. It's not your traditional, like, you play as a character and you can move in like 360 degrees, you can move in like all 3 dimensions and stuff like that. Exploration is a bit different in the sense that you play as a proxy who can control agents through monitor screens. Monitor. It's that meme of that guy that goes like, he gets pissed because he dies in a game and he's like, I'm going to break my monitor. I swear. I love that meme. Fucking funny. You play as a proxy that controls agents through screens, and if you want, the game has different hubs for different parts of the game. So they have a story hub, they have a combat hub, and they also have a hub. Let me tell you about that. That one is crazy. I'll say that much right now. They also have an exploration hub, and the exploration hub has a bigger focus, as you can imagine, on those monitors that the proxy is viewing so that they can move their agents around. They call it exploration. I really wouldn't call it that. It just feels more like getting from point A to point B, which again is also kind of what exploration is about, getting from point A to point B. But I feel like the connotation behind exploration is not only getting from point A to point B, but seeing point C and point D in the distance and seeing like other points around you and just being like, oh, let's go there. And there is an aspect of that in Zenless Zone Zero, but it's way more linear than what you would expect from a game like Genshin Impact, for that matter. Whereas in those games, it's you have the freedom to easily go to just skip to point C or go straight to point D. Or if you want, you can check out point E, like back there. But in Zenless Zone Zero, it's like, here is A, B, C, D, and E, walk forward, go right, and you're at A. Go back, walk forward again, go left, you're at B. It's not like you can make like a semicircle around point A to point D, and then you can make a weird square in terms of traveling. I don't know why I'm using shapes to fucking explain this. I'm just making it so much harder for the audience member to understand what I'm trying to fucking say. Whatever, you're getting shapes and I don't give a shit. Bottom line is exploration is way more linear and in that sense also restricted. And is it a problem? Yeah. Well, it's a problem to me in the sense that when I'm playing as an agent, I would like to explore what's in the hollow, which is kind of where all the battles happen and stuff. I want to explore what's in the hollow some more because they have really cool set pieces, and it's like they give you a taste, like you get to lick it. It's like buying ice cream from an ice cream vendor. It's like one of those Turkish ice cream guys, right? And you see them in those videos where the guy's like put the ice cream out and then he's like whips it back and shit, and he's like, you can't fucking have this. You bought this? No, fuck you. I'm keeping this for myself. It's like having an ice cream vendor, you know, soft serve, swirl that shit into the fucking cone. They give you a lick of the ice cream and then they take it back immediately. Like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Just have a lick. You can't have the whole goddamn thing. What are you talking about? And that's the part that I find a little bit like unfortunate. Just because it's like, I wish they could give us the whole ice cream cone as well as the ice cream. If you get what I'm saying. That's sort of how I feel about exploration. It's okay. It's fine. Again, it makes the game much more accessible in that sense because it's less of a commitment to explore, quote unquote, and sort of travel around, and that's fine. But then it's also like, wow, these are some really cool set pieces. I wish I could explore some more around them. Oh, the other thing I don't like about Zenless Zone Zero is the Internet. What the fuck is the Internet? Keep it as the Internet. I don't know why they had to go out of their way, or they decided to go out of their way to say the Internet. The internet already exists, just fucking call it that. The internet is terrible. I hate that name. But it's okay. It's a very nitpicky sort of thing that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of Zenless Zone Zero. It's not a very grand scheme, but it's bigger than the scheme of the internet. If you get what I'm fucking saying. Dude, I'm yapping so much and I can't tell if I'm making any sense. Yeah, I mean, I think that's most of what I don't like about Zenless Zone Zero. I mean, there's a lot more that I like about it. Number 1 is the character animations. 2, combat. The impact of the way combat feels is fantastic. 3, diverse set of abilities between characters and the synergy behind each of the characters when you pair them up correctly is super nice. I really love the perfect dodges and perfect assists. They feel very tactile to execute, and they just feel very satisfying in general. Again, like I said before, it's a very accessible game, and I really, really do like that about the game. And a part of that is that this is another thing that I like about the game, is that the skill ramp, so if the game starts out down here, when you get to those later stages in the game, it goes up here. It's quite a nice skill ramp to climb. It's not steep, and it doesn't feel sharp either. It just feels like a nice, smooth going up the ramp. We got this. It's all good, and it feels good. Another thing that I do like about the game is again, even though I said that the exploration is quite restricted, there's some nuance in that, in the sense that it's super accessible and it keeps my level of worry, oh, I forgot to check this over there. It keeps that low, and it just allows me to enjoy the game that much more, and I feel like that's really good. Just to go back real quick to character animations, I love the character animations, just the animations in general, especially for the cutscenes. Cutscene animations are, wow, they're so crisp. I don't even understand. It's like, you know how you drink water? It's like, oh man, it's it's like just feeling it. You can see it, you know? I don't know if that made any fucking sense. That almost didn't. I don't think it did. Touching back on characters as well, I mean, my parole officer said it's very dangerous to be talking about characters like the ones that I'm thinking about. So I'm just going to stick to the main characters that I do enjoy playing as. I do enjoy playing as Ellen Jo. Ellen Jo's sick. She's super sick. She's got her ice shit, and that's awesome. She also has a very nice outfit. I'll say that much. That's it. I also really enjoy playing as what's her name? Grace. She does a bunch of anomaly build up, and I think her output, her damage output, is fucking nuts. I also enjoy playing as Billy, but I really enjoy playing as Ben. I don't like saying his last name. Ben is cool. I like his character a lot just because he's a super defense guy. He has a big cylinder that he swings around. If you catch what I'm drift, if you catch what I'm saying, fellas, you know what I'm saying? No, whatever. It's weird. Don't say that. Yeah, he's fun just because you can put up your defense and stuff like that, give your characters like a shield and shit. And again, Ellen Jo I think is a really fun character to play as just because like her ice abilities are super fun. And she's a very fast-paced kind of character, and I appreciate that in a game. I appreciate that in a character. Yeah, I mean, so that's what I really enjoy about Zenless Zone Zero. There's a lot that I really like about the game. And the things that I don't like about them, well, they're there. They exist, but it's whatever. I still think that it's a very accessible game, and to get more people into gaming is fantastic. And Zenless Zone Zero is on all the console platforms that most people have. Mainly only PlayStation. Sorry, Xbox, but that's just kind of how it is, and also Nintendo. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people. I wish it would go. I wish it would come to the Switch. I wish it would come to the Switch. I feel like they get more players that way. But it's on PlayStation. It's on PC. It's on mobile. Mobile is their biggest platform I can imagine, and it's really good. I don't know how I almost forgot. Let's also address kind of the biggest thing. I don't know how I almost forgot this, but it's the gacha component to the game. Some people frown upon it. A lot of people frown upon it because it's basically gambling. It is gambling. What I will say is that if it works for the devs, and if it works with the players, like they're not complaining that much or really at all, and if it allows the devs to put out more content that is quote unquote free. Obviously it's not free when you factor in all the money that people pay to unlock characters and stuff. But if it allows the devs to put out more content that is perceptually speaking free, I think it works. Like, what am I gonna say? Fuck that? No, like if it works, it works. I'm not gonna say fuck you, Mihoyo. Like, do something else. If it works for the players and if it works for the devs, I think they should do it. Is it ideal? No, of course not. If in a game like this, it gets more people playing the game in the end, and if it allows the developers to put out more content in the end, and if it allows the players to ultimately enjoy the game more in the end, the fact that there are hundreds of millions of people playing Mihoyo games, Hoyoverse games, like, it gets people playing games, dude. Not that their monetization model is something that they like shove in your face and just be like, this is why we're making this game. No, I mean, it's like, you know, it's behind the scenes, you know, it's there, you know, it's working, you know, what's going on, but it just works. The way I see it, if net enjoyment for all players involved is positive, then all right, solid, works out. So yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts on Zenless Zone Zero. Ultimately, I enjoy the game, and I think it's fun. On that note, if you like the video, like it, feel free to subscribe, and if you do subscribe, dude, hit that bell icon so you get freaking notified of my shit. Or don't, because maybe you don't want to get notified, or don't subscribe. In fact, maybe even dislike the video if you didn't like it. You can if you want. And then also, I do live stream on this channel as well, too. So yes, catch my live streams here, catch my videos here. It's all in one place. Y'all take care, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.